relationship replacement. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Cancerians, is the Five of Caretakers. And it further says regret. So over here, if you see, there is a wolf that is, that's kind of, I feel like, thinking, yeah? That's the energy of what I'm picking up. This wolf has this power, on his nose. And because it's a number 5, 5 is a number of complex of tensions. And I feel for you, this is more on the inner side, your inner world. Maybe your emotions are a little, off kilter at this point in time. But at the same time, there is, this is the energy of growth. This provides a lot of growth because here we are looking at the past. I feel this is a very reflective time for you, Cancerians. The wolf seems in a reflective energy, like thinking about the past, how things played out, some mistakes from your side, or how situations were not in your favor. So it's a time to definitely contemplate, to think about things, to understand them deeply so that we don't repeat those situations again. That's the growth that we experience through these situations. It's not an energy that you should be kind of staying in for long because, once we understand, then it's to come out of this energy, it's better that we first think things through, feel it, like what went wrong, what can be changed, and then have those discussions with people, and there might be, below this it says regret, so there might be regrets. Maybe you're having some regrets, or the people around you are having some regrets. I feel it could be the people around you for the most part, because I feel that, maybe people underestimated you, and that's what, kind of disturbed your balance or disturbed the situation and brought chaos. So there is regret. Either, there might be some regret on your part as well, as you reflect on things. But there might be people around you that are also sorry about what happened. Maybe, you'll hear from somebody. Maybe they'll extend an apology soon, because it's a chaotic energy, and nobody wants to stay in this energy for long. So I feel that there will be movement in terms of clearing up the space, having those talks, those discussions, figuring things out, getting to the root cause of why these triggers happen and, why the scenario even played out. Because people want to sort it out, they want more peace and, they want peace rather than chaos. So I do feel that people are also willing to work it out. You might also be willing to work it out after you reflect and understand your part and things like that. So, the faster you come out of this energy, and to come out of this energy, we have to, we have to focus on healing, on talking to people, speak to people that can advise you, that can listen to you, that can understand where you're coming from, maybe suggest something. So I do see a lot of you having those deeper conversations. And, a good outcome will come out of this because it's like, this is an energy where you are kind of restructuring your inner world, It's a renovating energy. And you will come out on the other side stronger, more to hearing a star is born. So, and when a star is born, it's not an easy journey, We have to make a lot of changes. We do make mistakes. We learn a lot. And I feel you're in that phase, And the thing about it is, once you figure out, once you kind of understand, you don't want to repeat this. You want to make those changes at the ground level so that the situation is not repeated again. And I feel that this change that you will make is something that will bring about positive changes in the future. It's going to bring a lot of changes, a lot of positive alignments for you. A lot of doors will open for you with this realignment that's happening in your inner world. Now, you might see people talk around you or, exchange information. Some people might just discuss things that might not seem pleasant, but that's okay. What you need to do is stay calm. No matter what people are saying or talking, you need to just stay calm, because some people, yeah, because people will say things at times, some are good, some are coming from a positive intention, some not so much. But then, this is a mixed bag that we have to deal with, especially when we are dealing with chaotic situations. So we have to be more patient in trying to resolve it. So I do feel that talk to people, have those deeper conversations to see what can be changed. And also focus on your own self. You don't want to live in this energy. And when there is a disturbance around us, it takes a physical toll. So you have to focus on your physical, mental, or your entire holistic health as well. So take some time off, drink lots of water, or go spend time by the nature or by the water bodies. It's highly recommended for the water signs. Also, go out with your friends, talk to people, do things that you enjoy, whatever makes you feel good. So that will be, will pay off. These changes, these shifts that you make will pay off soon for you. Don't worry, it's just a kind of restructuring, rebuilding phase for you. It's a recalibration, readjustment. Some of you might also hear a lot of readjustment happening around you, like maybe the market is readjusting, maybe the prices are readjusting, maybe maybe people have launched businesses and now they're going back and seeing what's the problem, after feedback, after the first launch, fixing the problems. Those kind of restructuring energy where people are recognizing what went wrong, what could have been done better. And nothing wrong with making mistakes. We just need to own up to it and make those corrections. That's the star in us. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. There's no other way. But if you have to apologize, if you feel that you need to extend an apology, by all means, go forward and do it. It's only going to benefit you. Staying in this energy is not doing good to anybody anyways. So just be calm. Don't get overworked. Don't let the emotions get the better of you. Don't keep revisiting the past. Don't keep talking about it over and over and over again, because it kind of gets overwhelming and annoying to discuss about the same thing over and over. Nobody has the time and energy these days. It's just that we need to, pay attention to our own sense, see how we can, fix our own problems, issues, take care of our own health, recalibrate our inner world. Also, kind of, drink a lot of teas. Teas also help us calm us down, help us calm our nerves so that we respond in a very calm, collected manner. Also, when you're thinking about it, don't get too emotional. It's a tendency for a lot of us to get over emotional. I feel that, Mars is in Aquarius right now, and I feel that when you think about things, you need to detach from the situation, detach your emotions from the situation, and then think about it. Don't get over emotional, because when you detach yourself from this situation, you will get the best clarity that's needed at this point in time. And that's when you'll be able to take the right steps to balance out the situations. So while, understanding and feeling this is not wrong, because this will guide your future actions, but at the same time, don't beat yourself up about it. We all make mistakes. The important thing here is to not repeat it. So don't beat yourself up, and don't negatively talk or think about yourself. The first thing that takes a hit in this situation is our self-esteem, because we feel we're this, that, and, negative thoughts. So it's okay, it's okay to make mistakes as long as we are learning from it, we're apologizing for our part in it, and we have the clarity, and we are making those changes and creating harmony and peace back again. That's the part that we need to do if we are at fault here. Or if somebody else is at fault, then helping them fix the situation. Everybody's working. Everybody is a work in progress, and so are we. So helping them also do better later on is, if we can contribute to that, it will really be appreciated. So, things do happen. We get hurt in the process. Forgive yourself. Forgive the other person. Just, draw yourself to that inner peace, that Zen corner that gives you that inner peace. Try to find it in this situation. Try to find the cause, the lesson behind it, and just, try to look after yourself and move on. The next card you have, Cancerians, is the leap in magic. And it says, open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. Further, it says you are part of the universe and the universe is conspiring beautifully. Yeah, so look at this. These are northern lights, aurora borealis, and I feel that, this is no less than magic, right? The northern lights, beautiful purple, green lights out here. The green and purple is the theme out here. You might be using a lot of purple shades or green shades, but this is also the chakra of the heart. Heart chakra is green, and the higher chakras that we connect to the cosmos are violet and indigo, those shades. So I feel that you're very much connected to the stars, or the stars are aligning for you, Cancerians, at this point in time. It's just that don't doubt yourself. I feel that some of you might be doubting yourself, your ideas, your capabilities. You might be, brushing off your ideas, or you might be holding yourself back from doing things that you have long dreamt about. I feel that this is encouraging you to not drop your dreams or your goals or your inspirations. It's a time where you grow and expand yourself. So don't doubt yourself, because, when we have that confidence, when we are assured of ourselves, of our capabilities, that's when we're able to create magic for ourselves. So, I feel this is a growth phase for you, Cancerians. It's just that you need to, and the stars are also aligning here for you. Things are shaping behind the scenes. So you might see a lot of, angels trying to communicate through, numbers, messages, some writings on the wall, and people coming and saying things to you because you need to know something at a certain time. So timing is going to be really important. It is the time for you right now to grow, to create, to live the life that you've dreamt about for yourself. Stay connected to your gut feelings, to your intuition, and feel the feels as you keep moving along. But at the same time, don't let your emotions get the better of you. Your fourth house energy, cardinal sign, you are a little sensitive. Your life is a crab, wearing a tight shell around you to protect your emotions. I feel that you need to, yes, protect your emotions, not have high walls, but it's like don't allow things to get to you. Don't take things personally. Stay grounded, stay rooted. I feel that you do have some ideas that you might be holding back, but now is the time where you can implement it. Be fearless in your approach. Don't hold yourself back, because you will be able to create whatever you are hoping for, wishing for, dreaming about. There's a lot of, you can do a lot of manifestation rituals as well, which is helping a lot of people. I've heard stories where, especially when people go buy homes, they try to visualize what kind of home they want and somehow manifest it. So manifestation is something that you can try, and for the most part, I've heard a lot of people that they're able to manifest things, based on their wishes and desires. Now, I also believe, with the aurora borealis, there's a lot of activity going on. Some of you might be in Denmark. Some of you might be, stargazing, interested in learning about it. Even NASA and a lot of space missions out there to study this activity. I think it was launched a few weeks back. NASA launched it, and this mission to study something about aurora borealis as well. So you might hear those events happening around you as well, or you might be interested in the stars. You might be reading up. People around you might be interested in it, or I've seen in the current times there's a lot of cosmic and star, celestial kind of themes and structures going on. Even in the runways, the fashion shows, and all of that, a lot of celestial themes are being tried. So from sometimes. So some of you might be watching that, or wearing clothes that have stars and moons and things like that. Or you might be seeing that in stores. So a lot of magical things happening around you, unexpected opportunities, unexpected growth, progress, wins. You might be hearing that about people around you as well, that they won, they didn't expect to win, or some teams or some companies or some businesses, maybe vendors are winning contracts, they're getting contracts, or if you're participating in some competitions, you might win that as well. I'm getting a lot of Harry Potter energy from this. Some of you might be watching Harry Potter or, taking to Harry Potter themes for your birthdays and celebrations as well. But yeah, this energy is about following your dreams at the end of the day. And I feel that you will follow your dreams. You will get there. You will. I feel that you are going to go forward. You're going to pursue it. You're going to be inspired. You're going to feel confident that you can do it and you will do it. So there are people that are appreciating you. They are watching at your confidence, at your blow up. And they're very curious as to how you're doing it. Coming from an energy of chaos and all of that into being confident and pursuing your dreams. So keep doing whatever you're doing, Cancerians, in the next few days and weeks. It's just that, whatever you have, your plans, your dreams, don't be too loud about it because, sometimes, the more we talk before manifestation, things can go downhill. So don't share too much of your plans, of your, what is your next steps and all of that. And people will kind of be curious about it. They might even ask you, but you don't have to share everything with them, not at this point in time. Some of you will definitely be into creatives. Maybe you're into astronomy or creating something around the star and celestial themes, or just working in companies like NASA and in, companies that are catering to stars and all of that discovery. Some of you might be into that, or you might have a new hobby of stargazing and watching through telescopes and all of that. I'm also getting, I'm also picking up some of you might be visiting Denmark and watching these lights as well. So, or this can also be about, I would say, I just feel that a lot of alignment is happening right now. This is the star energy, and the major arcana. This is like you're guided. Your destiny is unfolding right out here, and things are shaping up for you. You are being directed in the direction where you're meant to be. So it's just that don't hold yourself back because of what you have learned from the past, what you've seen, or how you were raised with or conditioned with your belief system. I feel it's time for changing that and doing things that, that you're dreaming about. And the last card for today, Cancerians, you have is a message from Cosmos. And it further says intuition. Yeah, intuition. Cancerians, you're the water sign. You're very well connected to your gut feeling, to your intuition, to your your body screams if it's not good, and you also know how to feel when it feels good, when things are right, when it feels right. Your body tells you and it speaks to you. So I feel that you're already in tune with your intuition, but I feel that might be hurting in the next few weeks for you. It says you're always trust your gut. The universe is constantly speaking to us. Will you choose to listen? Yeah, we already saw that through the Roravorus, the Believe in Magic card. These are synchronicities that are happening for you. It's just that you need to understand how to read into it and not ignore it. And that will guide you forward. If things doesn't feel right, if something doesn't, it feels off, then probably it is. You probably need to pay attention to it. You need to get more information. Don't be afraid, don't back off. It's just that you need to do a little bit more research to see why you're feeling a certain type of way. And maybe the packs that also give you a certain confirmation. But don't ignore your intuition. It's going to be heightened. Feel the feels as you go and, keep moving forward. So those were your messages, Cancerians, and hope you enjoyed them. Now, moving on to the sign of Scorpio. So the first card you have, Scorpio, is the Ace of Hunters. And further down it says prosperity. Further it says prosperity is running towards you. Walk steady and it will stay. So, I feel this is growth, this is opportunities. This is in the finance area. I feel there's a lot of growth. There's green fields out here. The mountains, this pack of deers is running in a green field. I feel that this could be the resources, your family resources, growing. This could be you working for, investment companies or financial companies where that is growing as well. Your company is growing financially, you are growing financially, your family is growing financially, and things like that, because there's mountains on the side, and the mountains are not in front, they're on the side, which means that it's a stable environment. So financially, I feel that you're very steady, or there's a lot of steady growth that is happening for you in the financial area. You might have already done the investments or put in the work, and now you're seeing the rewards coming in, or you're doing a new set of investments now to see the returns. And I feel that the returns will be positive, because I feel this is not a, the trading stock kind of a growth. This is something that grows over a period of time, because generally the wealth is, it needs to build wealth, to build legacies. It takes a lot of time, patience, consistency, perseverance. If you start something today, you can see the returns 5 years or 10 years down. And that's the steady growth that we're looking at for you here, Scorpio. So I do feel that you have been putting in the work. You've been consistent with your efforts, and now things are starting to manifest in your financial world. I feel that you've been very smart with your finances, with your budgeting, with your money, with where you invest. You might be looking up some investments right now, and I feel that if you are planning to invest, then avoid the risky investments, just out of impulse or something is overhyped. Don't get into the hype investments. Do your due diligence, your research before you invest any kind of large money into any stocks or, funds and things like that. So you need to be very grounded and practical in your approach, especially in regards to your finances and growth and businesses, whatever you're trying to invest into. I also feel that if you are creating some kind of business or side gig, I feel that the growth is in a group setting. You might be part of team, or you might be creating a team, or even if it's individual business, I feel that if you hire people, you will experience a lot of growth. Now, for some of you, that you could be living in the countryside, or you might be having farms or planning to buy land and, do something on it, like create some kind of a, some kind of a farm, or, something related to the land. You might be planning, like, building something on a piece of land, maybe a house, maybe farms, maybe greenhouse, maybe, any kind of business that has something to do with land. You could be into purchasing or investing into that as well. I feel that these are areas which are underdeveloped or non-developed at this point in time, some kind of agricultural land, or away from the city where there's not much development. You could be looking into those areas or already investing into it. Now, some of you could be already part of businesses that deal with dairy farms and all of that, or this could be sustainable energy sectors as well that you could be investing in. But something which is, going to be very structured, not haphazard, not fly-by-night, something which is long-term, which is, which gives dividends, which is more structured, which is predictable. Something long-term is going to benefit you. I do feel that you're very driven right now. Scorpio is like financially driven, very focused. Some of you might be into investment companies, and you might see a lot of clients or people ask you for advice in terms of your investments and how you grow your wealth and all of that. Some people know how stable you are. They're realizing how financially independent and stable you are. So just be aware, people kind of come from, not everyone's rooting for you when they see your stability financially. Or if you are planning to invest or create a business, make sure that you keep your plans on the down low until you have actually, created something stable for yourself. So it's not the time to really be loud and sharing everything about your future plans. Some of you might also be planning around, your budgets, your expenditure and things like that, being very grounded with your approach, where you spend, where you invest. Even in terms of shopping, you don't want to be impulsive. You want to be, I feel we're taking a conservative approach or more disciplined approach in terms of spending your money, because you're focused on building your legacy and your finances and taking it further, You want to stretch that money. So you are thinking in those terms on how you can cut back unnecessary, expenditure and things like that. And of course, that adds to abundance as well. The next card you have, Scorpio, is friendship. And it further says, fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Further on, it says, your tribe is aligning, stay loyal, stay loving, and prosperity will flow through unity. So, yeah, it's all about a group setting out here, Scorpio, for you. In the previous card as well, we saw a pack of a group of deers running through that field. Here, there is like the fairies, one sitting down, two are standing behind in support. You know, there's a lot of, I feel, people are there listening to you, supporting you. This is your group of friends, your trusted people that got your back. They will help you. They're loyal to you. They will support you. They won't go behind your back. These are your trusted allies. I feel that. This is a time where, it's not a time really to do things alone. It's a time to, go with your group, whether it's at office or your personal life or your social circle. I feel that it's a time to build new friendships, expand your social network, because that's going to be powerful for you. It's going to create a lot of strength in your life. It's going to give you that security, that emotional security. So for some of you, if you already have this, it's about investing more time into them, building stronger bonds. The Ubuntu philosophy about I am, because the R, it's the same philosophy out here, I feel, for you, Scorpios. Group settings is going to be very important for you, like working together in groups, collaborations, talking to a lot of people, staying balanced in your relationships, good communication, like, speaking it out in gentle ways, avoid those kind of harsh behavior, rash behavior, or rude words or silent treatments, and all of those negative things that come with the communication aspect. Avoid all of that. But otherwise, this energy is encouraging you to network, to extend your outreach to people in communities, whether it's in office, also collaborate with teams. I think it's going to be very important for you because, Scorpio, is you thrive in a group setting, especially when you can trust the people that you work with, it's like you fly high, the eagle it represents the Scorpio energy, and I feel that I'm getting eagle energy out here, flying high because you know that people got your back, you really thrive in group settings, in trusted settings. So a lot of working together, investing together. Some of you might be investing together in some business or some partnerships or something like that, or a collaboration energy out here for you, favoring you, maybe in creative projects. But this is an energy that, it's like the people come together to achieve a goal which is bigger than their individual contributions. It's like group power is really powerful rather than individual power, rather than individual star power. Here the focus is on group power. We can achieve as a team. United we stand is the energy. I'm also getting the Friends show song. If you've seen the show on TV, Friends, I'll be there for you. It's that kind of an energy. So people are there for you, that are rooting for you, that are proud of you, that are supportive. You have a supportive network around you. Needy people want to collaborate with you. They want to work with you. They want to support you. They appreciate your strategy. They root for you when you grow, when you do well, So, and at this time of growth and collaborations, just know that not everybody will be in your corner. So that's okay. You're smart enough how to handle that. So I will just leave that to you. But just know that you could come across some people that are not in your corner, and that is okay. Some people might even come back, trying to reconnect, trying to repartner with you. Also be mindful of that as well, on how to navigate. It's totally up to you. But a lot of joint work, joint ventures, joint projects. Maybe you're working in, you have a large community, you're working in community projects. This can also be connecting through social networks. Some of you could be on it and getting a lot of support on social media, a lot of subscribers, and a lot of appreciation as well. But I do see your friend circle, your social network expanding. You attending a lot of events, getting a lot of invites, You might be chatting a lot online. Maybe you have some groups online that you're, getting a lot of messages, a lot of chit chat going on over there, a lot of appreciation and supportive words that people are showering on you. So I do feel that, your heart chakra is open here. There's a lot of pink hues, for the heart, for the emotions. There's more building of emotional bonds, strengthening of bonds. You're more open. You're less guarded right now. Yeah, and I feel that, people are coming together. You're growing in your circles. And I feel that you will feel way happy, way stronger, way successful, when you are part of a group and when you build those strong connections around you. And the last card for today, Scorpio, you have is a message from Cosmos, and it says baggage. Further, it says resist being weighed down by the guilt and shame of the past. The past is exactly what it is, the past. So unpack and begin your healing, start life anew, and stop dragging the old into the new. Yeah, past baggage. I don't know what's weighing you down. Maybe things do not go according to your plans. Maybe, something went downhill and you're feeling bad about it. And I feel that this message is encouraging you to just let it be. It's in the past, so why bring it in the present? And I feel that this is about just moving forward, learning from your mistakes, just healing yourself, understanding that we're human, we make mistakes, we learn and grow, we are a work in progress. Nothing wrong with making mistakes as long as we are picking, we're learning something from it. Starting over new. Yeah, I feel that, there is newness, new investments, new ways of being in your energy, Scorpio. I feel that you're taking to new habits, new routines, new lifestyles. Could be something that you are thinking about. I feel that this is like telling you to hard stop. Maybe you're just thinking too much about the past, or you're not able to live and enjoy fully in the present moment or make plans for the future. I feel that this might be something that's holding you back. So release it, let it go. The past is the past. Nobody cares. Just forgive everyone, everything involved in that situation. Learn your lessons, whatever needed to be learned from that, and just integrate it. Going forward, don't repeat it. That's the best we can do as people, as humans, as work in progress, and just start fresh. That's what it is. Go socialize, make new friends. They will support you. They will help you shift your energy. They help you with the healing. You can share a thing or two, or learn from their experiences, and just, you'll know that everybody makes mistakes. I feel that it's a time to release the past and let it blow, let it go, let it flow. And you look forward to the future, making your plans and making the right investments. Okay, so Scorpio, those were your messages and hope you enjoyed them. Now moving on to the sign of Pisces. So the first card you have, Pisces, for today is the Storm, number 16. So the number 1, 6, and 7 are coming through strong with this energy. Further down it says chaos, but it says what falls was not meant to hold you. Further down it says after the storm, your sky will be clearer than ever. Yeah, there's like a lightning out here. Some of you might be experiencing like rough weather around you, rains and lightning, so be mindful of that. It looks scary, maybe thunder and all of that. But this lightning out here is splitting the sky, It's like a sudden shake-up. Yeah, it's a realization. Storms are, yes, it's hard to deal with. It's a little chaotic. It uproots a lot of things, but things that are, not strong in foundation, even in ground reality. If there is a storm someplace, those trees that are strong will stay rooted, and those trees that are not strong in foundation, that don't have deep roots, will just fall off. So you need to stay flexible because flexible trees survive better. Sometimes hard structures kind of, break or there's a crack in it. So stay flexible at this time. Be adaptable to, certain changes, certain ideas. You might have to change up your plans or ideas here and there really fast. But this is like about sudden, movement forward because something came to light or something you realized or, because it's fire energy coupled with air energy out here. So somebody communicated something to you and shifted the whole idea or whole plan. And because there is fire tied up with this, there's a clearing away of space for stronger structures, a rebirth energy over here in short. So yes, it does feel intense. It feels chaotic, but I feel that, after everything is cleared away, it's going to be more stronger for you. The foundation will be more stronger and balanced for you. Whatever this tower is, it could be, personal life, professional life, in your community, whatever that is. Even it could be globally, maybe you're realizing something. Maybe your investments, something, you learn about your investments or market or global news, some policy changes that is impacting you. Some of you might be seeing things, just fall apart or go down. Maybe your investments, you had a hope for a growth and now there's a little bit of a dip in that. Be mindful of making those kind of risky investments in future. Might be something that you need to learn up and research up more before going forward, if that's your story. For some of you, it's just a part. I'm getting sudden drops, sudden fluctuations, volatility, something's changing. It could be in your business. If you're a business person, maybe there is some, monetary changes or some vendor changes or deal changes that are happening that's, kind of shaking you up a little bit. But I feel that it's going to be for the better. Whatever deal comes through, whatever vendor you pick in future, whatever investment you make is going to be more solid for you. I'm getting the energy of the Dark Knight, the movie. That's what I'm picking up here. So I do feel that you might be a little bit tensed. People around you also might be a little concerned, especially your friends, families. Might be a little concerned about what's going to happen, what's your next step going to be. But just know that, if you need help, ask for it. People might not be stepping into it because they don't know how to help you. So don't feel offended if people are not suggesting or helping you out without you asking for help, because, sometimes people do, kind of want to come forward and suggest, but then they're afraid, like, how you're going to react, will you take care, and things like that. So if you need help, ask for it. I also feel that this is a time where you need to make certain notes as to how things are playing out, what needs to be done, because those notes are going to be very handy and important for you in future. Also, if you're scared about the market and all of that, then hold up on your investments. If you feel that things are dipping, and I feel that if you want to invest, you do it in long-term bonds or, pay attention to your savings, emergency funds and all of that, because you might be needing that sometime in the next few days or so. Or maybe if it's not about that, if you already have an emergency fund, this might be like adapting to situations. So you might have to take some certain actions, collaborate with certain people, or come up with new strategies, new plans, learn a thing or two, do some research, maybe learn some, upgrade yourself a skill so that you can, stay afloat in the market. So it might be that, some kind of sudden changes or schedule changes might also be something you might need to adapt to. Stay grounded. It's very important, because in order to think straight, you need to be fully emotionally and, mentally, intellectually present, so that you're making good, sound decisions. You have the right clarity, and I feel you will. Because you're realizing things, you're noting things, you're learning things, you are understanding things better now in a certain situation. And I feel that, maybe you bought into something, maybe people said and you bought into it, maybe you didn't do your research, that ended up, causing such situations for you. So I feel that, mindfulness is going to be very important, doing your due diligence, your own research, not trusting completely on what people are saying, not buying into what people are saying, unless you do your own research and have your own funds and have a backup plan in place and things like that. There might be a shift in the way you do things, because deceptions teach us what we did wrong. So you might end up fixing those as well, so as to not repeat the situation. So yeah, a lot of clarity coming through. Just be mindful. There might be a little bit of intense emotionally you feel, but don't let your emotions get the better of you, because it'll avoid to confusion if nothing else. So you need to stay very grounded, very practical, detached from the situation. Just know that we make mistakes, we learn from it. Our mistakes don't define us. no matter what people say and do, we're not concerned about all of that. We just need to do our thing, think straight, take the right actions that are right for us, no matter what people think. The next contour of Pisces is finding balance. And it says, find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Yeah, power nap. Further, it says, balance your tide. Calm waters carry you further. So I think you're overworked, overstressed out. Maybe you are always, overextending yourself to people, and that's what's getting you really tired and exhausted. For some of you, that could be it. And this is asking you to just, ease up a little bit, take care of yourself as well. Take care of your energy, your rest, your balance in work and your personal life. Over here, there is this fairy sitting on a desk. There is a book open. She's writing something or reading something, focused on a candle. Candle is more like focus energy. There's also a lot of crystals and crystal balls around on her desk. I feel that this is about balancing your lifestyle, finding a middle path. Like, don't do too much at work, or don't just lazy out at work, whichever is your situation. You need to balance things out. I also feel that there might be a little chaos around you, Pisces, because you're overworked and stressed out. You might be exhausted, no time for BS because you're exhausted. You don't have time for resting, for recharging yourself. Resting is very important. It kind of recalibrates our whole body. We get better ideas, we perform better, highly productive when we're full rested. And we all know that. But somehow we kind of overstretch ourselves. So I feel you need to balance out your life, and that'll give you more power to do more and create more in future. So you might be a little bit off balance right now. I don't know which area you're putting too much work into. You need to temper that down and invest into yourself and the other areas that you're probably neglecting. Rest is not being lazy. Rest is being productive because your body needs to recharge, I feel. So no, this is also asking you to see balance between your logic and emotions. Sometimes we get up in our head and we're just too logical. We disconnect from our emotions. Sometimes we're just too emotional and disconnect from logic. For you, Pisces, most of the time I feel that you might be you're too emotional about things, and you need to balance it out, be logical as well in certain areas. I'm not saying you got to live in your head, but, you got to not be too emotional about everything or very sensitive to things. So try to balance out that intuitive side of you and logical side of you. It's the yin-yang balance we need. We all have it in us. We just need to understand how to balance it out. So, yeah, or now you'll also probably be seeing a lot of shift around you where people are also, taking breaks or vacations. They want to go, just take a nap or be more rested, calming energy. People, even in today's modern day, I feel there's a shift where people want to buy homes in peaceful places where there is not too much crowd, not too much exhaustion, not too much travel and all of that, So they prefer calmer lives is the general shift in trend. They want to focus on their own holistic well-being, wellness. Some of you might be invested into that as well, or you need to invest into that to calm yourself down. There's also a growing trend in, soft luxury, quiet luxury, where people want to just enjoy softer fabrics, not loud colors, not too much bling. They want it to be soft, cozy, comfortable, more than flashy. So some of you might be seeing those shift in taste in yourself or around you as well. So it's a good time to relax, plan a vacation or just go outdoors, drive, relax at home, watch a movie, whatever it is. But, these things will calm you down, will keep you fully rested. You'll be able to spend time with people. Some people might be missing you around because you're too invested in doing this, that, and the third. So people want your presence, and when you slow it down, when you piece yourself out, you're able to spend time with your nears and dears. And have a good time with your friends and family. That's important too. That's part of staying balanced and having a healthy lifestyle. Some of you might be also thinking about, your investments, like balancing it out, not investing too, but not having all your eggs in one basket is also something that you might be planning around, like, diversing your portfolios. You might be looking into that as well. Or it's a good time to reorganize your day, your schedules, your lifestyles, so that you spend time with yourself, with your nears and dears, with your close people. Have more, time in the evenings to focus on yourself, go for a walk, or just have a cup of tea with your nears and dears, watching TV. So quieter evenings rather than just being out there, part of the hustle and bustle from morning to night. That's not what this energy is asking you to do. So be more selective in your, in your chores, in your invitations, in your social engagements. Be more selective. Pay attention to yourself as well. So yeah, finding balance and finding the middle ground is going to be, the middle path is going to be important for you in the next few days and weeks. And the last card for today, Pisces, you have is a message from Cosmos, and it says, no mud, no lotus. Further, it says, take a note from the beautiful lotus, which defies the mud and murky water to rise to the water's surface to show you its beauty. Overcome adversity by blooming where you are. Yeah, with the chaos, there is some kind of murkiness around you. But I feel that with this lotus energy, it's like, it's a very spiritual energy. So staying connected to your roots, connecting to the divine, to the cosmos. This is a time for growth, the lotus flower, it blooms even in mud. It's beautiful even in mud. So people recognize how beautiful you are inside out, no matter what the situation around you is, how difficult it is, how chaotic it is. You know how to balance it out. You know how to harmonize it. They recognize your skills, your qualities to deal with these kind of difficult situations, how to navigate uncertainties. We learn a lot, we grow, we learn how to face ourselves, how to have backups, what to trust, what is right for us, how to deal with situations. It gives us that training, a real-time training, which is not taught in schools and universities. So you are in training out here. These are life skills that you're acquiring. You will get stronger, and you will bloom way much more better than where you are, we have some kind of situations that lead us to a much better version of ourselves. It feels chaotic. That journey feels chaotic. Those times feel chaotic. But, because we are creatures of comfort, we like everything, to be settled and, happy-go-lucky all the time. But that's not how reality is, right? That's not what life is. It has its own ups and down spirals that we need to adapt to. We need to be flexible. We need to learn from it and, show ourselves and the universe that we are capable of understanding the lesson and, growing and making the most with what we have. So you're going to bloom, People will see that about you. Your leadership, your abilities, your skills, your adaptability, and your true beauty inside and out. You will bloom, you will shine, and people will recognize that. So don't worry. I mean, this energy, this instruction is not going to bring you down. It's only going to propel you forward, make you stronger, make you stand out, and show your true strength and beauty, not only to yourself, but to others as well. So Pisces, those were your messages, and hope you enjoyed them. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.